We're here with Derek Pyle, director of Waywards and Mean Signs. Derek, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and Waywards and Mean Signs?
Waywards and Mean Signs, it's this project setting Finnegans Wake, a book by the Irish author James Joyce to music, and it's a big book. It's hard to read. It's sort of Joyce sort of made up his own language, so we decided it would be fun to set it to music So I work with a lot of musicians and writers and artists and stuff, and we created an audio book that's also sort of a musical adaptation of the text.
The work has gained a pretty strong reputation amongst global Finnegans Wake readers. Can you tell us a little bit about the response you're getting from the global fan base?
Yeah, it's been great. We've had a lot of people really interested in the project, both in the Joyce community and the sort of creative communities. Also, people that never even read Finnegans Wake have been into it, and it's been we've had some good press, and it's been exciting. People have been into it.
People are contacting you with their opinions and their gratitudes and stuff like that.
I really like to hear from people about it. So I put my email address up, and it's pretty cool. I hear from people from all over the world, really, that write to me and want to talk about their own. Like, I hear from artists who have done a whole lifetime of Finnegans Wake art, or people who translated Finnegans Wake into another language, or all kinds of interesting and all kinds of interesting people write to me. It's really one of the best parts of the project. That I get to hear from a lot of different people. Yeah.
And one of the reasons we came here for this interview was because recently you were contacted by some anonymous groups with some pretty strange material. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
So I came home one day and found this pretty weird package, it was like this DVD inside, and I thought it was a joke, and put the DVD in popped it in the computer and watched it, and it was like some weird alien shit, and I thought, people get into Finnegans Wake in weird ways, and I thought maybe it was just somebody having fun, or somebody, because, I put it in and I saw these alien things, and I recognized a passage from Finnegans Wake, from the text, and so I thought it was funny, I thought it was creative, but pretty immediately I started to sort of wonder what, like the next day somebody broke into my house, and
really,
and I had, I was out at the coffee shop with my computer, and it didn't occur to me that the two were connected, but I started getting these phone calls. At first it was just like, I'd pick up the phone and nobody would be there, and whatever. But then I started getting this fucking phone call. It was just a woman screaming. It was just this woman screaming her head off. And it's like all of a sudden you just start to you overanalyze everything. You don't know what's connected and what's not. But like, I've been around the block. And I know I've been around. I've been around the block, and I started just noticing these things. Like, I know when surveillance is going on, I just know, and I start seeing these unmarked cars sitting out there, and there's people in there, and when I go to walk to the grocery store, the car moves, and they're following me, and it just seemed like it was all connected to this video, and I didn't know what it all was leading to, but it's just like, I need to do something, I need to figure out something to do with this video, footage.
So what'd you decide to do with it?
Well, So I contacted you guys, you know, because I didn't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm in danger. You know, I figured like these people are obviously intimidating me. You know, they broke into my house. Maybe they're looking for it. You know, I mean, I made copies so that so that it couldn't be taken because obviously I thought it was a joke, but it must be pretty important that these fucking people are following me and calling me and shit. You know, and so you know, so I figured, well, am I in danger? You know, what do I do? Do I destroy this? I mean, why was this sent to me? You know, I mean. But I figured if I got it out there, you know, if it was public, if it's like once people see it, you know, if once people see it, maybe they can't, you know, maybe like then I can't really, you know, like if let's say I put it out there and then a couple days later I disappear or whatever, you know, people are gonna know that it's connected to this video, and I just figured that was sort of my safest bet, was like to release it and get it out there and hope that it's for the best for everybody, you know. I mean, you know, what would anybody do? I don't, you know, that's all, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
In the power of Neptune, be either greater than or less than the Onatic. We have one overhead shell, victorious red eyes, of ever to circumflex red searchlers, never filmed in the electricities of their gyre about those figures which are maternally predictive of themselves.
I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how I never. I don't know how I never saw it before. Bruno and Vico. Bruno and Vico. They're both. Joyce said it's Bruno and Vico. Vico is time. Bruno was the monk who was burned at the stake because he believed in multiple worlds. Not just this one. It wasn't just not a helio-fucking-centric world. It was a world filled with aliens. A universe filled with worlds filled with aliens. And they're the two books. And I heard from these people, some cicada group, they decode things, and I don't really know how it works. I'm not a technology guy, but they said that the words they're programmed in there, like these aliens were coming, and they were telling Joyce what to put in there. They were giving him these codes to put in there, you know. And his daughter knew about it. And Jung, you know, Jung said that whole thing about aliens, you know, they're just the collective unconscious. Well, that's because he was with the psychiatrist trying to suppress Lucia, you know, trying to suppress his daughter from the knowledge that they both had, you know. And like, it's like my friend Krzysztof Bartnicki, you know, he found out some of these codes, you know. He found out some of these codes, and then I found out some of these codes, and the cicada people, you know, they found all these codes. They found all these codes, and that's what the footage is. The footage, it's embedded in the text if you run it through the right, you know, decoding encrypted things, you know. I'm not a technology guy, but look, man, if you run it through, it's videos embedded in the text from aliens, from time traveling fucking aliens that could see the future, and they came back to the past and gave the knowledge to Joyce.
And then, it's like when you decode the book, that's why the translators get it. That's why Christoph got it. And the Chinese, like, they say it's a big hit, it's a big hit. Everybody reads this book in China and it's on the billboards, Finnegans Wake. And you know what? The Chinese, they just kicked out 9,000 people out of a village to build a satellite to look for aliens. You know why? Because they know they exist, because they found the knowledge. They found the knowledge in the footage. And, it's like, I can't even tell you how exciting it is, that aliens, they came. They're here. They're here. And Snowden knows, when he said the other day about the decrypted messages, encrypted messages, the whole thing, it was in The Guardian, and, about the aliens, he knows, the government knows, the people, the people even know. You can go, a lot of people talk about these things, but nobody believes it, it's not in the history books, but the knowledge is here, it's in the book. It's in Finnegans Wake. There's videos inside of Finnegans Wake. You just pop them out and you can put them in a fucking DVD player. You put them in a DVD player and you can watch UFOs being identified as aliens, as extraterrestrial. The knowledge is here, and they told me I could come. They told me they're coming for me. I'm going. Yeah. I'll write you a letter if I can, okay? Yeah. Look for me. I'll write you a letter if I can, okay? I'll see you later.